dating you because you made less money than.
Because like people I date, they're not into like little cheap like people who don't make any money. Like they're not into people who are not successful in
Question:
life.
When you were with him, he was a crypto millionaire.
And I was also making money. Yes.
You were making money yourself,
Yeah.
but you made substantially less money than he did.
Yeah, like 900,000. He was making like fucking millions. Okay. I don't mean to sound like arrogant.
Wait, you make 900,000?
Yes.
Okay, and he makes $1 million?
Yes.
And you make that as an EMTPA?
No, I'm also into Airbnb. Yes. Selling properties.
All right.
Like that's not what I talk about because like I don't want people to be into me because of my money. Like I just want them to be into me because of myself, not because of that.
Okay, just things. I have so many questions, but
wait, hold on, real
it's
quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Follow
go
me
ahead.
on Instagram.
What do you pay in taxes?
Did he pay taxes?
No. What do you pay in taxes?
Oh my love, 0. I have a great accountant. If you want her number, I'll give it to you after the podcast. Okay. Literally
Okay.
$0. Seriously.
If she wasn't there, how much would you have to pay in taxes?
If I was what?
If your CPA wasn't there, right? How much would you have to pay in taxes? Do you know?
Probably a lot of money, but that's the point. Like everybody goes broke because of that. Like, have you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you don't fucking pay taxes if you're fucking intelligent. Please.
No, but
you know.
How do you know how much you're saving if you don't know how much taxes you pay?
Because I know a lot of people who pay taxes, and like a lot of people. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody does not. I don't know. A lot of people don't pay taxes. They just like get written off their parents.
Your CPA, right? They're working for you. Okay. How do you know they're not ripping you off? For example, how much should you pay?
I literally pay 0 in taxes.
I know, but how much would you pay?
Oh my god!
I'm just curious.
I don't want anyone to watch my pockets right now. Like seriously, but it's okay. What are you asking me? Like, what's the blunt question? What's the simple question?
The question is,
what do you pay?
0. What do you pay in taxes?
Yes, 0.
What about your CPA?
$0. $0. I pay my fucking taxes like $300 just to keep my business license and everything intact. But like, yeah, I pay
how many properties do you own?
3.
And you make $900,000 a year with those 3 properties?
Okay, yeah, like it's literally like $6,000 a month.
Something's off because I'm a real estate investor myself, and I own 8 properties. I own 8 properties.
I don't believe
so something's off.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me? I've documented on this YouTube channel.
I'm being sarcastic.
Something's off here, but that's fine. Okay. We're not gonna. Going back to the main thing here. Do you really think guys that make a lot of money care about how much money a woman makes?
Honestly, I don't even mind. I rather be a submissive woman because I love being driven around. I like the alpha man.
But you said you're not.
Yeah.
Please answer the question.
What's
do you
the
think
question?
men care about how much money a woman earns when they make a lot of money themselves?
So honestly, yeah, I do.
You think they do?
Yeah, they do. They don't want some like cheap whore. I swear to God.
But you dated your guy, and he made more money than you.
Yeah, but like a little bit. Yeah, but he's used to girls who make like less than me, and that's okay. Like I don't even like talking about this.
But that proves the point that men don't care about how much money you make if you dated girls that make way less than you.
Literally, like girls that would make less than me, he would never date. They're like cheap girls.
Just stop it. Dated them.
Get some help.
Me, he would date me, not them. All right, just stop. Yeah. Please just stop.
Am I crazy?
No, continue.
Am I crazy?
Nah, I just
no, you're not crazy.
Bro.
I'm crazy.
Okay,
just
I'm lost.
I'm starting to think that the ibuprofen I took was not ibuprofen.
Maybe we get a shot. Whatever.
Right. What about here go. What are your thoughts on that video? Do you agree with her or do you disagree with her?
I'm gonna say
penis.
Disagree. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Threw me off. Okay. I'm gonna say I disagree just because I feel like I feel like men do like women that obey, but at the same time I feel like they do like a little attitude problem.
Yeah, a little challenge. Yeah.
Wait, why are your nails so damn long?
God damn.
Thursday grabber.
Exactly.
Chris,
sorry.
Shit.
I had to say it.
Okay, so you disagree with her, you said?
Yeah, I disagree.
Okay, why do you disagree?
Because I feel like men wouldn't want somebody that's that goes by the rules and listens to exactly what they say. I feel like they would want like a little tussle, like a
challenge.
Yeah, like a
challenge.
Challenge, an attitude. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
They like that. The bitching.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. Fresh, what's your take on that?
Honestly, man, shout out to Brittany Renner, man. She's an awesome person. Just kidding. Nah, she's cool. But overall, her message, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's funny because on the show, she listed certain things. She understood what we were saying, right? Maybe for the podcast for academics, I don't know.
Yeah.
But to say that, it's kind of like, okay, she's using triggering words like perfect poly because she knows that's like a puppet, pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not saying you got the puppet. We're just saying, look, if the man's worth anything, and he's basically your leader. Why not submit to him because he's going to lead you in the right direction? Versus you trying to be the man of the household. You don't know what you're doing, and then from there it's like, okay, cool. Now you're in a position where it's confusion. You don't know what's happening. We're just saying if a man is there for you and he's actually the guy you want to submit to, and he's showing it through value, through respect, and through him being that man, why not just submit?
I agree.
That's all we're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if he's the right
Absolutely,
one,
yeah.
of
I
course.
agree.
Submit, but that to me just kind of like
submit to.
she's saying, oh, you know what? Why submit when you can just do your own thing? And you can do your own thing, but like is that gonna be fulfilling? Probably not.
No.
So
I agree.
All right. So here's the thing with Brittany, man. She's smart. She knew that this would get a reaction, and she knew that a lot of people would like react to this because this is how a lot of women tend to think. I think deep down for her, she knows that she's wrong, but she knows she's like, hey, you know what? This is gonna get me a viral moment. So let me say this. I'm gonna be able to go ahead and get my TikTok viralness, which congratulations. Even though I don't think she actually believes in what she just said, she's doing it just to get a reaction. So
Doing her job.
You believe that?
Look out.
was that?
You
Do I
believe
agree with
that?
her?
No, you believe that?
Yeah, I genuinely do think she's doing that for the views and the reaction, which is great. But my thing is, so let's break down because what she did say is a lot of women do think the way that she does, though. That's the thing. If we had those two bimbos in here earlier, well, not the two, the other girl's nicer, but the other girl probably would have agreed with her 100%. And this kind of ties into how a lot of modern day women think, where they want the ability to be a lady, right, and act like a lady and get all the privileges of being a lady while simultaneously having the authority of a man. And my thing is that if you get in a relationship with a man, you got to understand for it to work, it's men lead, women follow. And her saying, oh, well, sub means you're underneath or any of this other bullshit. No, it means the man is on top, not necessarily because he's better than you, but because he takes the brunt of responsibility if something happens. So for example,
It's sad,
when a girl acts crazy, right? She acts like a hoe and she's with a man, like look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, right? For example, they didn't really go ahead and like say, yo, Jada Pinkett's a fucking slut or any of this other shit. They made fun of Will Smith for being so much of a clown for associating himself with a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that when you're with a woman, right, that doesn't respect you, doesn't respect your name, doesn't understand your legacy, etc., you as the man lose out because they're never going to look at her and say, you stupid ass bitch, you got a fucking man at home. What's wrong with you? No, they're going to look at the man and say, yo, what's wrong with your girl? So when a woman doesn't act right, she embarrasses not just herself, but she embarrasses her man. And that's what I'm here to say is that women don't get it, that when you're in a relationship with a man, the reason why we used to have authority is because we were responsible for them. But now we don't have the authority, but we still have the responsibility. So you look at Will Smith, gave his woman all this freedom, acting all crazy, writing letters to Tupac, all this other shit. 20 years down the line, now what's going on? He's sitting at a fucking red table and she's over here justifying fucking a dude 20 years younger than her that she used to caretake, saying it's an entanglement.
But they were broken up, right?
What's that?
They were broken up at the time.
No, they ain't never been
they
broken.
weren't. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I mean, even if they were broken up at the time, that's when, she needs to take, overt steps and end the relationship so she doesn't embarrass him. Because what she doesn't get is that the Smith name is the reason why she's a somebody, not because of
his
her,
reputation.
And she literally took his name and tarnished. And that is what happens when you give women all the authority with none of the responsibility. They can turn back and say the dumb shit like it was an entanglement. And I don't think modern day women understand how embarrassing it is for you as a guy when your girl's out doing stupid shit. Now, I know a lot of you guys, you mentioned it earlier, wearing the short shorts. I'm sure you've all dated a man before in the past that might have said, hey, I don't like you wearing that, or hey, you shouldn't post pictures like this or whatever. The reason why is because guys never want to have to be in a position where I'm committing and or paying full price for a woman, right, that is out here showing the goods out to everyone else for free. It's disrespectful to you as the man. And, a woman needs to, take care to protect that. So that's kind of why the submission thing isn't necessarily about, oh, I'm just going to be a slave to the man or whatever. No, it's understanding that the man is the leader, knowing your place, following his lead, and then more than likely, if he's a good leader, right? Of course, you can't submit to a fucking loser. Submit to a loser, you're going to be mad, right?
Of course.
But if you submit to a winner, right, and you understand this guy's worth something, well, he's going to lead you in the right direction. And I've always said it, women can't lead relationships. Women, if a woman leads a relationship, she's going to lead it to the end of that relationship. That's all that's going to happen. You literally said earlier women
No,
can lead.
I swear to God,
But
because
we
like,
not built for
listen,
that.
I was never in a long relationship, but I'll tell you something about Will Smith. He's like a sweetheart. I was in Bad Boys 3, so like I do know like he did not deserve everything he went through.
You said you were in Bad Boys 3.
Yeah,
Wait.
I was. I was like the only model that got casted. Like honestly, that's the only thing I related to.
Which part?
Stop the cap.
No, I swear to God, Bad Boys
The
3.
girl who's on fire.
All right, I'm done. All right, bye.
I'm sorry,
But he's so right. I swear to God, like everything he said was like, what the hell? Like,
Well, you literally just said earlier that women's supposed to lead.
no, because I,
I have
swear,
a s-
I would just hire because honestly, I'm not like an OCD. Like I know a lot of people are. But, like I'm really, I swear,
Because
like,
they don't
it's not
face.
in me. Oh my God. Okay, stop. But, like
So
I
have a
can't fold
question.
for anything. I could clean very well because I'm like half Colombian, half Dominican. But like for me to
I thought you
actually
had a
sit there
maid.
for like 6 hours, girl, like it's really hard. Like I can't.
You
do
ain't
that.
got the
I have a
answer,
side
Sway.
note. Can I
Okay.
say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay.
please.
Go ahead.
Say whatever you want,
Um,
Erin.
I think that respectfully,
sure.
I'm going to disagree with
Sure.
you saying that a woman will lead the relationship to an end. I don't believe that is that
No, I
she's
said though, if I said if a woman leads a relationship, she's going to lead it to the end of that
end it.
relationship.
okay, right.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not really that she's leading it to the end. I think that it's just what I was saying earlier. Like it's just something that's really like a turn off and very unattractive, and you just kind of lose interest after a while, you know, because
Yeah.
you're not really
And what
being
happens
led to
when you lose interest?
exactly. It ends, right?
Thank
so it's
you.
not that it's not
Thank
that I'm
you.
not leading. Okay, so it's not that I'm not. It's not that I'm not leading it right or to the end. It's just that like eventually it's just like okay, like
Maybe
this
turn
is
on.
not my spot. You know, this is not my position.
But
This
you
is
get
not what I'm supposed
you
to
get
be.
what I'm saying though,
Okay,
right?
if you were saying it like that, I totally agree. I totally agree. If that's what you meant,
You're repeating
I
what
thought I
Bruh.
just thought that you were saying it as in like she's not going to be able to, so then it's going to come to an end.
Yes,
you know?
which is what happens. Whether we get to
So,
whether it's
yeah.
1 + 1 or you know.
But wait, you're saying all women will lead it to the end, like for real? Like they'll never be successful?
Honey, it's not your turn.
Yeah.
I feel like
I just wanted to make sure,
I
like,
feel
he was
like
saying
I
the
can
same
lead the
thing.
relationship.
Who
You know,
said
I feel
that?
like I can genuinely lead the relationship. It's just that eventually
Disrespectful.
I'm going to really like sit there and think about it and be like, okay, no, this is not my
Yeah.
place. This is not my position. I'm not a man. I'm not supposed to be doing this. So it's done.
They can't
you know?
do it, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
If she
okay.
leads it, she's going to lead it to the end because at some point she's not going to be satisfied with the man that she's with. 'Cause she's going to ask
Absolutely.
herself all the time,
Absolutely.
why am I with a loser that can't lead me?
Absolutely.
So that proves my point.
Yeah.
Women cannot lead relationships, period.
Alex,
You might not like how I
Where
said
you
it,
going with
but it's still the end product is still the same.
Yes,
If she's in a
yes,
leadership role,
yes.
it will end inevitably. That's what I'm
Right.
trying to say.
The only thing I guess we're like not
feelings.
agreeing
My feelings.
is huh?
My feelings. That's what your issue is. You don't like the way I said
it. It's not really the feelings. It's that I feel like I can't lead it though. You know, because you're saying like she can't lead the relationship. I feel like I can. I just don't want to. You know?
It don't matter though.
Whoa.
Like if you
How you feel, right? You feel like you can.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
But I
that
just
you-
don't want to do it.
Yo.
That's
It's not my
emotion
place
and the
and my
strength.
position. You get what I'm saying though? Like
I agree with both of you. You're thinking emotionally, he's thinking
logic.
So
Facts.
like
Yeah, for sure.
emotionally, we can pick up what they left off, but eventually
That shit
it's gonna
ends.
end.
It's done.
That's
So I
my
agree.
main
You
point.
ain't no
It's a
leader.
balance.
And I
think I'm
gotta
kinda
lead
getting
you.
it now.
It's
I think I'm
done.
kind of getting it. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
he's right.
I gotta
Okay.
take
And she's
control of the
married.
situation,
He,
it's done.
he literally said that
I said
Okay.
that.
to you
Here's
straightforward.
the thing. This is a perfect example of
Bruh.
what I mean. She was more concerned with the way that I said it versus what was actually said.
How
I
you
think this
said
is
it.
No, because
this is a very important distinction between the way men communicate versus how women communicate.
okay.
She reacted